Because we do not know when we will die, we get to think of life as an inexhaustible well. And yet everything happens only a certain number of times, and a very small number, really. How many more times will you remember a certain afternoon of your childhood, an afternoon that is so deeply a part of your being that you can't even conceive of your life without it? Perhaps 4 or 5 times more, perhaps not even that. How many more times will you watch the full moon rise? Perhaps 20, and yet it all seems limitless.
You're now watching The Captain.
So, The Crow's returning. Yeah, if you were born in the mid to late 80s or just have a love for anything 90s, you're probably aware of The Crow as well as the tragedy behind its original leading man, Brandon Lee, son of the famed martial artist Bruce Lee. But did you know that there's even a bit more of infamy around the movie as well? Since the beginning of the production, the team was warned to not make the film, as it is believed by many. However, no significant evidence has been shown that the Lee men were cursed, as the father had died at the early age of 32 and Brandon himself would go on to die at the age of 28. Ignoring the request to bring James Barr's dark, violent comic to life, they continued only to run into quite a few problems. On the first day, a live wire caught fire, burning a crew member, sending him to the hospital with third-degree burns, costing him his ears. Next, a prop truck caught on fire not long after the car was driven through the set by a deranged sculptor. They would also run into a few other problems delaying the film, even more so in the form of Hurricane Emily. All of this is tragic, as it seemed more and more money was being pumped in to keep the film alive. However, the worst is yet to come in the form of Brandon Lee's accidental death on set when he was shot in the stomach after a malfunction happened with the pistol. The film would still be made with the help of stuntmen and visual effects, and even go on to make a nice profit in the box office, and gain somewhat of a cult following, but it would then leave the cast and crew scarred by the sacrifice that was made to bring the comic to life. It would go on to have 3 more installments, as well as 22 episodes of a TV show, but all projects would garner negative reviews and low box office profits due to not having the same backing as the previous films, along with the different writers and producers. Since its last appearance in 2005, Hollywood has been trying to bring it back, but have gotten nothing but pretty close due to different things always falling through. Until recently, announcing that a reboot was already in production with Pennywise actor taking on the role of Draven. Many can argue that this film is indeed cursed, with the events of the first film and the constant delay of others being made to stretch over the span of 15 plus years. I'm glad to see the return of what is definitely a classic 90s character and feel it would be a unique look for the comic book industry, but I can't help but worry. Only time will tell, but I wish nothing but luck and success to those involved in producing this film, and I look forward to seeing the work. This has been Charlie of the In and Out Podcast. Thank you guys for watching, and if you liked the video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And let us know what you think in the comments. Were you a fan of the original movie in the 90s? And what are your expectations for the next movie coming up? Thank you.
Tell them Eric Draven sends his regards.
You're now watching The Captain.